I'm over here in Odessa, Texas, out west Texas.
You're in West Texas? Where are you at over there?
Now, where are you at, $5 Radio? Wow, you're in Galveston. I'm pointed out west. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm pointed out west right now. Copy that there, $5 Radio. Happy Pappy Day coming up to you as well. Now I can hear you. Daggum, I got 15 dB on you. Putting a good signal out this way. Out there, $5 Radio. I'll put a little bit more right in there. Anyway, have yourself a good one. Appreciate the shout. Hope your week's going well out that way. 73, 460 out here standing by. That's a $5 Radio, Roger. 460 standing by.
Hey, 460. I hear you. I'm trying to move this doggone transmission. I just picked up this morning. I picked up the transmission for the Gladiator project, and it's sitting in my shop right in the way of getting the door closed. And I had to close the door so you didn't hear all the blowers in the background. Anyhow, 460 if you got it broken. I got the gate rolling and I heard you up in here breaking.
Hey, Bob Marley, appreciate the shout, sir.
460, tell Bob Marley I said hello. Hey, 460, if you do me a big old favor and tell Bob Marley I did say hello, Mellow Jello. Radio station, Motormouth Mall, working a small ball, bean hammer looking your way. Hey, guy down, breaker.
Copy that there, Motormouth Mall. I'm passing that by 460, standing by.
Appreciate that there, 460. Oh, Motormouth Mall, working a small mall. Man, that thing sounds good, by the way.
Hey, Roger, you got enough audio?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could turn up the audio if I need to, but I'm getting a little bit of feedback in there from somewhere. Hear that? I don't know. I gotta find that here pretty soon, but yeah, I'm just kind of loafing around right there.
Roger. Well, I'll tell you what, it's not bothering the signal too bad over here. It sounds real good, real clean, real clear. I got the Watergate rolling. I hope the audio on the Watergate. Oh, I got a little bit of noise in there. Hold on. There we go. It's better. Anyway, I hope the audio on the Watergate's suitable to let you see what you're doing over here on my neck of the woods. 460 Motormouth Mall waving right there. Breaker.
Here, since we got a little bit of Mother Nature.
It sounds good. Yeah, I got the one rolling over here. I started it about 4 minutes and 46 seconds ago. And, yeah, very cool. I tell you what, man. Yeah, I got the Turbo 350 transmission for the Gladiator truck over here, and it's on a piece of plywood. and it's sitting right behind my chair, and I can't get it out of the way of the chair, or I can't open and close the door. So a little bit maddening over here, but I heard your signal at that, man. I gotta turn on the radio real fast, so I did. A460 around Odessa. Let me roll up in there one more time and appreciate you bumping it down in the world of sound. You got that thunder amp walking and talking. I got down breaker.
Hey, Roger on that. Well, that's a good deal. I'm glad you can hear this thing out there. Yeah, I don't know. I could probably turn down some, but you getting a decent signal out of it?
You're above the noise level pretty good, and considering our skip is probably next to nothing, I would say I'm getting a pretty good signal. I didn't look at the S-meter, but I will the next time around.
Yeah, take a look at it and let me know what I'm doing out that way. Like I say, I can put more audio in it if you need it.
You're like 6 S units or so, but you know what? There's a weird something going on. I don't know if it's on your transmit or my antenna. This is the second time I've heard it on my station. I don't know if I got a bad coax connection somewhere, but I heard that clicking sound, the sound of a coax connecting and disconnecting. I heard that sound. Now let me go check my coaxes and make sure that I don't have anything loose on the on my end here on my receiver. My receiver is acting kind of like there's a loose connection on the coax. So I'll be right back. Let me just go double check to make sure everything's tight.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, it may be on my end. Who knows? What was that? You hollered at 460, what'd you say? You said you think it's on my end. All right. I'm going to stop and check out my connections here. I'll be right back. Yeah, okay. I checked my connections. I didn't find anything.
I just checked all mine, and I didn't find anything either, so hopefully it's all okay. Sometimes, you know what I used to have the SDR play on the shelf in the other room down near the ground, and every 3 or 4 days, the PL259 connector would come loose, and I'd have to tighten it back up. And when it came loose, the noise floor came up. And then when I tightened it back up, it fixed everything. And no matter how tight I tightened it, I don't know how that works. There must be a vibration on that shelf from the computer power supplies, causing it to wiggle itself loose. Anyway, I brought the SDR play in here the other day, and everything's all tight. So hopefully we'll just get better Mother Nature and things will poke up a little bit better. A460 around Odessa, motor mouth mall, working a small ball peen hammer. 1 fat watt at a time I got down.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, they were saying that they thought it was on my end. So, you know, I don't know. I'll check my coax connections if I find anything wrong. But, I don't know. I'm thinking about eliminating one of them here just to see if that helps.
Roger, yeah, well, that little clacking sound, whatever it was, is gone. I don't hear it at all now, so whatever it was, whether it was your end or my end or Mother Nature's end, somewhere in the middle, it's all fixed. The only thing I hear now is when you say something with an S in it, it goes, it grows, like there's a lot of compression on the high end.
I haven't figured out how to get rid of that yet.
The problem is sometimes trying to get rid of that is difficult because you want the highs, you want the you want the S's in there, but you don't want them to be troublesome. And sometimes EQ pulls them out, and de-esser gets rid of them and flattens everything else, you know. And so it's a tricky thing. I think it's more of a gain staging thing, and then work backwards from there. So find the offending frequency, fix it with gain, and then adjust the other frequencies below it accordingly.
Roger on that. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll get away from I pulled away from the microphone a little bit. See if maybe that'll help some.
Good for you. It did help a little bit.
Hey, Roger on that. Oh, that's a good deal.
I wonder if some of that's coming through the headphones. Do you have your headphones turned up kind of loud?
I don't have any headphones on.
Oh, Roger, okay. All right. And then there's a little bit of RF, possibly a little bit of RF feedback causing that somewhere.
Yeah, let me eliminate this one connection and see if that helps.
Okay. Pinto Bean on YouTube. I'll see you up in there. Big ol' wave your way. I was just complaining earlier on Facebook. I can't get no skip. No. But then I heard a little skip roll up in here, so I take that back.
Okay, I took that one connection out of line. See if maybe that helps out a little bit right there.
I heard it roll up in there at the very tail end. Specifically, it was really pronounced. Matter of fact, let me see if I can play that last part back. You can hear it. I think you already know what it sounds like.
Okay, I took that one connection out of line. See if maybe that helps out a little bit right there.
Ooh, yeah, it's RF. That little that's RF getting in there somewhere.
Yeah, I can hear it on my end too. Right there. Yeah. I'm gonna mess around with some ferrite. I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, hopefully that ferrite will do the work. And if not, you might want to roll the input gain down to the processing chain a little bit. It could be picking it up at the microphone level. Matter of fact, if you unplug your microphone, and if it gets worse, or if you hear it roll up in there, that'll let you know it's coming into my cable. I unplugged microphone and everything went away, but yeah, you might see what you find. I'll sit here and read the mail for a bit.
Hey, you know what? 776 much me. 63, you know what I'm thinking? They're all going to be heard. You know, the audio and all that other stuff, it'll come within time. Hey, 63. The audio and all that is carried little knob ball. That's kind of a show.
I heard somebody call Motor Mouth Ball, and I think I can hear $5 radio talking to 63.
It ain't no good condition. There's no mouth ball. Nehemiah, I ain't got no condition. No mouth ball. Nehemiah in the Bayou Country.
Under Nehemiah, hey Nehemiah, you say you don't have any conditions out there on the Bayou Country. I heard you up in there though. Hey Nehemiah, I did hear you. Well, you got no conditions around the Bayou Country. Motor Mouth Ball working a small ball peen hammer, one fat watt at a time. Your West Coast beast. Hey Nehemiah, I hear you up in there. Motor Mouth Ball working a small hammer, stepping one fat watt at a time. I got down.
When you got off the mall, my nigga feel back to his road. Hey, Motor Mouth, right? My nigga feel back to his road. We got off the mall. Bayou Country got down.
410, when I get up off the hammer, your meter fit all the way down to 0. All right there, Nehemiah. Well, good to hear you up in there. You walking and talking in fine fashion. Keep on doing what you're doing. Hey, Nehemiah, I'll turn up a little bit more audio up in there. If you need a little bit more audio, I can give you a little bit more audio right there. Hey, Nehemiah, that's about all I can give you. And Nehemiah, motor mouth mall, working a small mall, stepping, I got down, break.
All right. I'm going to try to break down.
410, Nehemiah, take care, 7-3. We'll catch you a little bit later on. Nehemiah, motor mouth mall, stepping.
I don't know. I have to scavenge some chlorite beads from somewhere. I can't find any.
410. But where that's happening is so far up in the frequency range, you could probably cut some of the highs down. Get rid of any high frequencies above about 4.8 kilohertz, 5 kilohertz at max, but 4.8. Cut everything from 4.8 down if you can.
Okay, I cut it down a little bit right there. Don't sound like it's in there now, but did that totally mess up my audio?
No, it's less now, but yeah, it's going to take a little bit of recurving a little bit, I think, to get it back, but I'd have to listen for another couple keys. But yeah, it definitely got rid of some of it, a lot of it.
Okay, I opened up the queue on it a little bit there. What's that doing?
Oh man, it's back. It's back. It's not the level. I wonder what the input gain is set to your processing chain. Maybe you can turn the input gain down. Where whatever your microphone goes into, turn that gain down a little bit.
Oh, so you're getting the noise back in there?
Yeah, that RF noise, it's all coming back.
Yeah, right on 6-3. That Caterpillar got the upper end at this particular 1036. Hey, he got the upper end right now at this particular time. Nevertheless, but I know what the real deal is. Take care of 63. Nehemiah, the living legend in the Bayou Country.
Yeah, 1137, I hear you in there. Of course, I'm pointed out west, but I'm hearing you on the back side. Hello, 1137. Hey, Motormouth Mall. I turned down the input on the first part of the chain there. What was that, too?
Oh, I might have heard a little bit. I didn't hear any degradation in audio. You can turn the input down a little bit more, I think. But before you do, key up another couple times.
Okay. I'm trying to... Yeah, it's still in there.
There's a compressor somewhere that's tight, that's got a lot of input gain, so the compressor allows, it's got a slow attack time, and then it allows it to come up in there. So it's still either a compressor that's set wrong or too much input to a compressor, one of the two.
Yeah, okay. Right. Yeah, it's... Dang it.
Yeah, I wouldn't turn the input down anymore. I'd look at the compressors. I'm not sure what the virtualizer has in it, and I'm not sure what all you're using in Live Professor, but I don't know how much the virtualizer's got going on in there for compression.
That totally messed up my audio, didn't it?
I wouldn't say totally messed it up, no.
Okay. Now, I cut down on that first chain on the about 4.5 right there, son. See if that helps any.
The overall audio sounds better, but that noise is still in there a little bit. But yeah, audio actually sounds better.
Okay. I pulled in the Q a little bit on the 4.5 with it.
Nope, still there.
I'm just running the basic isotope alloy.
So you're going from the microphone to the computer, and then out of the computer to the virtualizer.
Yeah, Tim.
Okay, so it probably is not the virtualizer. What if you turned the output level of the computer down, either at the speaker or at the output of the M2 box, and then feed a little bit less audio into the virtualizer? I use the speaker at the lower right-hand corner of the computer, and I use it. I get it at 46. I can turn it down and I can turn it up, depending on how much I want to hit the next thing in line with. So I keep it about 46 right there. But yeah, you can use that slider to adjust how much audio hits the virtualizer.
Well, I had it turned all the way up. I turned it down to 65. Does that help any?
Big time.
Do what?
Big time. It helps a lot.
That helped a lot. Does it still have enough audio?
Oh, yeah. You didn't lose any audio. You just got rid of that squealing noise. I like it a lot better. That's perfect.
Oh, okay, 10-4. And the other settings that I played with on the EQs,
I'd leave them where they are. I would try to find, what I would do is look for one EQ setting that you can mess with somewhere in the chain that you can turn on and off, and then make it a pretty tight cue, like maybe a cue of, let me see here. Let's see. Maybe a cue of 8 or 6 or 8, somewhere around there. A cue of 6 or 8 at the low frequencies, and sweep it and find that sweet spot where you can roll the bottom end up of about 3 dB. Somewhere in the bottom end. I'm not sure where that's going to be. Of course, you want to make sure it sounds good on a narrow band radio too, but it sounds like you could roll up a little bit more bottom end somewhere down there, down low, maybe about 3 dB worth at a Q of about 6 or 8, somewhere down low.
Bayou 021 trying to talk west there, Ray. Right there, right back 021 while you trying to talk west, but you all up in 109 radio, 021, 109 right there. Yeah, 021, right.
I changed my cue there on that low end to a 6. I had it about, I think it was about a 12.
10-4, yeah. Now you could probably sweep that. You can move that low frequency adjustment up and down a little bit from left to right and sweep it around and look for that sweet spot range. And probably no more decrease. If you've got a bump in the bass right now, don't bump it up anymore. Just sweep it. But if you got it pretty much at 0 or close to 0, you can bump it up about 3 dB and then sweep it from left to right and see where that sweet spot is on the bottom end.
I guess I'd sweep it a little bit to the 135.
It sounds pretty good, but I don't think we have the best conditions for that right now. I'm starting to hear a lot of other stuff up in there mixed with you, and the signals changing amplitude and all that quite a bit. So I don't think now is a good time for me to. You can do that, on your own. I think because right now I don't think I can make a real good assessment of the audio of the break.
Maybe 10-4 on that. I'll just leave it where it's at right now. Yeah, I think I got rid of that noise. I think it's probably okay.
I heard it a little bit ago, just a tad bit, not much. You could afford to turn that down a little bit more to feed from 65 down to maybe 60 or so, and it'll still be good. You're not losing any audio.
Okay, yeah, I turned it down to 60 right there.
Yeah, it sounds good. I'd leave it like that for a while, talk on it for a bit, and see how she does. And, yeah, you didn't lose any audio, and you got rid of, I'd say, 99% of that squeal. There could still be a little bit more in there, depending on how you talk. You know, sometimes if you got things on the verge, if you talk quiet or loud and then quiet, or talk real quiet for a little bit long enough, the compressors take time to come up. You know, the slew rate is whatever it is, and they take time to build up a degree of compression, and you may not want that up in there. So, you know, don't be afraid to even turn it down a little bit more if you have to.
Hey, Roger on that. Well, yeah, I mean, I turned my beam a little bit. I got a little bit better signal on you. Did I come up any on your end?
Yeah, you did. You're up there stronger. I wasn't looking at the S meter. But your signal is stronger. Your audio is up in there stronger.
Okay. Do you think I could add a little more audio to it now from going out?
Well, if you do that, I would drop the input to that. I would take the computer output down a little bit lower, like maybe in the 50 to 55 range. And then if the virtualizer has an output on it, you can try playing with that output on the virtualizer and take the overall output feed going to the radio and bump it up a little bit more.
No, it don't have an output that I remember, but I can, drive it harder.
No, don't drive it harder. That's where you get the problem. That's where the RF is going to start getting up in there again. So you're using the virtualizer to go directly to the direct inject input cap on the radio?
Yeah, it goes from the Scarlett to the virtualizer to the radio.
If you have, and you don't want to use it for anything more than just a buffer amp, but if you've got a little mixing board floating around there, like a little 2-channel or 4-channel mixer, and you put the virtualizer into the mixer and just use the mixer as a buffer amp to be able to drive the radio a little harder, then you leave the virtualizer the same. Don't hit the virtualizer any harder. Just take the output of the virtualizer and bump it up with a buffer amplifier to get the level up higher.
Looking at the virtualizer. It's been a while since I messed with it, but anyway, does it sound okay out there?
It sounds really good. Yeah, I like the audio. It sounds good. I was just thinking if you could come out of the virtualizer output and go into a small mixing board to use the mixing board as a preamp, a little bit of an amp, a buffer stage, and then come out of the mixing board directly into the radio. That way you get a little bit more control over the gain without relying on driving the virtualizer any harder. You don't want to drive the virtualizer any harder because it'll pull in more of the RF, and you don't need to drive it hard. You got all the sound effect and all the sound of it you want. I was just thinking to have a little more output since you're maxed out there. You don't have any control over that. It'd be nice to have a little bit of control over that.
Hey, 10-4 on that. All right. So you still got a pretty good copy on me right there?
Yeah, there's 7S units right there.
Oh, good deal.
Yeah, everything sounds good. I like the quality, the audio, everything sounds good. I think that amplifier is doing a good job for you. So that's pretty cool stuff. Wow. What am I doing? I'll do about 2,500.
For the price per watt, I think it was the best deal I came up with.
Yep, I think you're right. I would say that's right about as good as it's going to get. Actually, a really good deal. Not just as good as it's going to get, but it's a good deal. Real good deal.
Yeah, and I like all the what do you call it? Dadgum, I can't think of nothing right now. I got my dog wanting to play with me and everything. all the protection it's got. It's got input protection, output protection, SWR protection, temperature protection, everything.
Wow, holy cow. Here, listen to this. Let me play it back too, right, real fast. I have here, check this out.
All the protection it's got. It's got input protection, output protection, SWR protection, temperature protection, everything.
Man, it's got all kinds of protection. That's awesome, man. It's a beautiful amp. Good looking box, well built, good performing, good price. You really can't ask for anything better than that. By the way, on YouTube, let me do something here real fast. I'm going to turn off my compass setting for the radio here, or for the antenna, and so you can see the REA. Take a look at this. Oops, that's SDR audio. Video capture. Here we go. Come on, turn off. There we go. So you can see REA. Look at that audio right there. I mean, I can overmodulate, and you'll start seeing some negative peaks roll up in there somewhere, but I have to turn the audio up a lot to do it. So I keep it down here on the mellow side. A460 around Odessa. That's a whole lot of audio right there. I got down breaker. Hey, Dr. Payne, I can hear you up in there, but it's rough and tough, I'll tell you. Hey, Dr. Payne, good to see you up in there. Motor mouth mall working with small ball peen hammer, 1 fat watt at a time. Hey, Dr. Payne, motor mouth mall stepping in 460. There you go. That was the audio on REA, and I'm going to bump this compass back up on here again. Come on, there it is. Okay. That was the only place I could put the compass. That looks good to me anyway. Let me get my knees up in the breeze. Motor mouth mall cruise and break.
Yeah, I got the clock back up there. Putting the clock on there, that way people can look at it and see, what time they were on and what time it's showing on the SCR, on the gate.
I did that a long time ago. I went down there and I went to the video, I went to go, what did I do? I add not a widget. I went to I made it so I could show a website, right? And then I logged into a website that had a clock on it. And then I expanded and stretched and fit the clock into the box. And I added it to the stream, and I could move it around. I could put the clock anywhere I wanted. And it worked really good for a little while. Then I don't know what I did. but I lost the clock, or I got rid of it, and I went to go put it back, and all it shows is a blank screen. It won't let me show the website. I don't know if it was a particular website or what, but so I don't have the clock anymore. So yeah, I have to tell people on the video gate how long it's been. You know, if they ask, I can tell them, like, you know, like right now I can look at the video gate and see that it's been running for 35 minutes. So if somebody logs into the video gate and they scroll in 35 minutes, they can find themselves. But if they look at the clock on their side and say, oh yeah, it's 3:05, and then later on look at my gate and try to find themselves, they won't know where on my gate 3:05 is because there's no clock. So yeah, I got to get that dialed in again. It's the only thing on my SDR stream that's missing that I wish was up there would be a clock. And I'll revisit that. I know it can be done because I've done it, but following the same steps that I did to do it, it won't work.
Yeah, I'm going to try to send you the clock that I'm using. If I can find the installation file for it.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, if I could make that work, that would be awesome. If it could be a dedicated window maybe on the computer, you know, a small window, and then I can share that window onto OBS. I'm just glad we got some Mother Nature finally.
Background picture every day, but they're pretty nice pictures, you know. I ain't got no control of them, I'm aware of it. Yeah, I'm just trying to find a daggum installation file for you. I'm having trouble finding it for some reason.
I'm looking at it. Okay, yeah, I see the clock on yours. So I would probably make that. I would probably drag that clock down and move it down to the lower right-hand corner of my screen. Or I can hide that one box, the SDR Uno main box. I can cover it up, that main box maybe, and make it where it lives. But yeah, that would be cool. The same way you did yours.
Yeah, I'm just looking around trying to find it. Let me look around and see if I can find it for you. I'll email it to you.
All right, I appreciate that. You got a lot of skip in your radio. You got a whole lot more skip in your radio than I have in my radio. That's for doggone sure. Wow, what a trip. Motor muff ball, stepping they got down, breaker.
I was wondering if you had as much in there as I do.
I hear Fisher in your radio, but I could barely hear Fisher in my radio. Not anywhere near enough of him, I don't think, to talk to him. Maybe I'll try it and see what happens. Hey, Fisher in Tennessee, I was just listening to 460 in Odessa. His Watergate, I can hear you real loud in Odessa. And I could barely hear you in my radio. Hey, Fisher, if you got a grip, motor mouth mall, wave and break.
No contact on motor mouth mall. No copy, no get back on motor mouth mall. 149 in Alabama got down.
Hello, 149 Alabama. I got you up in there. 149 in the Big Bam, motor mouth mall waving.
No pain, no strain. Now seem like ain't nobody got the skill but you, that big brother. Big John. Seem like ain't nobody. You all by yourself there. He's the turn away to you. 149 in Alabama got down.
In the 149, yeah. So I might be the only one in California with the radio turned on right now. I think maybe everybody else turned off the radio. They didn't think the skip was going to come back. But I left my radio on. I knew better. I knew Mother Nature was going to make a show in their break.
Hey, 410. Now, why I got you out there, big brother, happy fun coming up there. And y'all be blessed out there. Motor Mouth Mall, Big John. You sounding real was good down in Alabama. 149 in Alabama got down.
Listen there, 149. Big happy Father's Day coming up. You're right in your neck of the woods, too. Definitely good to hear you rocking and rolling out there in the world of sound. At 149, there's a big band, Motormouth Mall Cruise, and they got down.
Hey, Motormouth Mall, more out there, man. Hey, Motormouth Mall, I put a little bit more out there, man. Maybe that'll help. Motormouth Mall, Fisher, Tennessee is gone.
Hey, Fisher, you put a little bit more out there, and it helped. Hey, Fisher, you said maybe you're going to put a little bit more out there and see if it helps, and I guarantee tell you got the job done. Hey, Fisher in Tennessee, what's going on there, Break?
Hey, Motormouth Mall, tell Fisher you didn't hear it. Hey, Motormouth Mall, tell Mr. Fisher you didn't hear it. And tell him I said I happy Father's Day to him that 149 got down.
Hey, 149, you said to tell Fisher it didn't help him any. Hey, 149, used to tell him Happy Father's Day, but that little extra little bit he put up in there didn't do him any good to Break.
Hey, 14, Big John, I'm going to get him right away, that big brother. That's sitting back having a little fun there. Motormouth Mall, 149 in Alabama got down.
What's in there, 149? It's all about having a little bit of fun. Ain't no doubt about that. You got that mall down in fine style. At 149, we're on a big band while you got that hammer down this present time. They know that about that. Motormouth Mall working the small ball peen hammer got down. Hey Fisher, let me try something real fast. I'm gonna turn the house up around Tennessee a little bit better and see if I can't get up around your stack of bricks. We got a little bit of wind outside, so my rotor might have a little bit of a time. But we're going to try looking up around Tennessee a little bit better. Hey, Fisher, if you got a grip, I got down. Nope, guess not. Back down south. Wait. Back up north. I thought I heard 1137 roll up in there. Hey, 1137. I thought I heard you roll up in my radio somewhere. 1137, if you got a grip. Maybe somebody was calling 1137.
Down there around Dallas. Yeah, I got you in there. Still blowing smoking. What goes to 6? 4, 6.
youngsters doing out here yet?
Hey, Motor Mouth Mall.
Yes.
Search. EGT clock.
Let me bring up a browser here and search for what kind of clock?
E, Echo, G, I forgot what G is, and T, Tango.
EGT clock. EGT clock. Okay. And looking at it. Okay. So I got let me turn this off here. Free download and install on Windows. Is it just that, or do you use a different one of the links? EGT time zone. I guess just go to the main one, huh? They have EGT clock on Windows. Maybe I'll just install that to see what happens. Is that the one?
Yeah, I sent you a picture of what it looks like on mine.
PC, my windows, are you talking on a CB? Hey, Motor Mouth Mall, it does what it is. You need to talk on your CB to your PC. Hey, Motor Mouth Mall, you got a PC or a CB?
Oh, Medicine Man, I'm talking on the CB to somebody about a PC. I'm talking, a topic of conversation on the CB is the PC. Hello to you, Medicine Man. I hear you, I do. And install on Windows, that's the one there. Okay, I'm going to click on that and see what happens. So yeah, we'll see what it does. Hello to you, Medicine Man. Hello, 460 Motor Mouth Mall cruising. I got down break.
My damn unit in. Who that said that? Me and Motor Mouth Mall got wrapped it up. Well, that's 263.
I wouldn't want to plug anybody's ears. A 966, I believe I heard you up in there too, I did. A 966, I believe I heard you, Motor Mouth Mall cruising break. Hey, what did 63 say? Hey, Medicine Man, what did 63 say?
63, man, you gonna wrap it up. Wrap it up, but I don't know the deal. But Fire Wagon want us to wrap it up. Start talking about the PC and the CB division.
So yeah, apparently I found the problem that I was having with my third meter this whole time.
Oh, what was that?
That coax being messed up.
Oh, okay. Wow, what a trip. Well, I'm glad you found it anyway. Man, I got the whole world saying, I guess Motor Mouth Mall can't hear me, or Motor Mouth Mall this, Motor Mouth that. I got a whole lot of you up in here. There, 416, Medicine Man, and 966, I believe. They all saying Motor Mouth Mall this, that, or the other, and all I got is a whole lot of you up in here. Let me get my knees up in the breeze. Motor Mouth Mall, look at the small ball peen hammer. One fat watt at a time. Your West Coast, under modulated beast. Got down.
Well, 11:37. I still hear you up in there whenever Motor Mouth ain't on that mall. Yeah, Witch Doctor, I hear you in there too. I think I got it straight the way I'm going to leave it for right now anyway. But, Wichita, appreciate the shout. Hope you're doing well out there, and hope y'all had a good Memorial weekend.
Somebody else out there who want to wave the hand. Take care. Have a good day. Number 7, Honolulu. I'm down.
There's somebody calling.
11K. Take care out there, Missouri. Have a good day. Number 7. I'm down.
Time for the good day to be number 7 in the Bayou Country, baby.
Jose, take care, man, around the Bayou. Looking good in Honolulu. Number 7, I'm down.
4 Roger on that, same right back to you. I was looking in California, but y'all got it in my ears. Ain't no doubt about it. Top of the good day, number 7 on the Big Rock, number 7 in the
About 11:37, you still in there?
Have a blessed day, good Father's Day coming up.
Oh, 10-4. Yeah, I got the clock up in there, that way people can look at that clock, see where they're at.
Did you add that as a browser window, or what kind of a window did you add that in?
Come in there talking to somebody, they got you, yeah. They got me. Motor Mouth 108.
Do you want to?
I just added it as a Windows capture.
Like you always do.
Oh, okay, I'm trying to get that thing in there.
I'm really out here. I ain't looking at you, but I'm trying to intelligence you never by definition. You fell around to 1 pound. I had you about 6 or 7. You ripped the 1. When I get off the key, you might be a 10. That's the thing. Mother Nature just going acting crazy.
Got the notification your gate's up.
If I run the light bill up.
10-4. Yeah, it's weird, man. It says clock and a window capture, but there's nothing in the window. It's all gray. I've got the clock up on the screen. It should be able to see it.
You may have to stop streaming before you can add it.